I particularly want to talk to you,
Okay.
if I may, about the Christmas Oratorio we're doing.
Right.
And you've got a central role.
Yes.
Because you are the evangelist.
I am.
You are the voice of God on earth. And you're very central to the drama of this wonderful piece. Now, I think that the Christmas Oratorio is one of the most popular of Bach's works. And everybody, certainly all the people in the orchestra, when we play it, it's one of the favourite pieces for us to play.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why. It's because the orchestral parts are they're beautifully written, and we all get a chance to shine. But why is it so popular, do you think, for the public? They do love it, but why has it always been so popular?
Well, I think it's much more popular in Germany. Actually, it's a bit like the Messiah in England. In Germany, they every year choirs will perform the Christmas Oratorio, and
it's quite popular here. I mean,
when
we did it last year, and as we know, that Bach's lesser-known choral works, aren't necessarily that popular, but something about the Christmas Oratorio seems to touch people.
Yeah, I think perhaps a lot has to do with the sheer exuberance of the music.
That's true.
It's just absolutely the way it's incredibly uplifting. It's wonderful to sing, and yeah, that last performance we did with a really fantastic audience was.
It was lovely. We're doing it again. We're doing
yes.
it on the 26th
of
November.
Yes.
Saturday, and you're going to be.
Yes, I'll be. It's wonderful to be the evangelist and tell the story. In that moment, as you tell the story, you're there. It's really as if you witnessed the whole thing, and I feel very evangelical when I sing it. I mean, there are a few moments that also in the Passions where you're telling, on the one hand you're telling the story, but then just occasionally there's a little hint of a comment or something where you can sense that, oh, that's the evangelist now saying how he felt or how he reacted or
more personal.
Yeah, more personal, and at that point you feel much more of a connection. You can really imagine yourself in his position, perhaps.
Now, it's not just. I mean, I have to ask about other things apart from that particular concept, because you've got quite a lot of other interests, and a particular passion you have is for mountain climbing, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
And, do you not worry that, because you do some quite scary. Well, I've seen photographs of you climbing up these mountains, and it's a scary sight. Do you not worry? I'm very worried that I'm going to lose you. So are you not worried that you might injure yourself?
It's funny. It's actually when you're doing it, when I'm climbing, you're very focused, and it kind of blots everything else out. And often I'm more scared before a climb, actually, particularly when I've just climbed the Old Man of Hoy, and the Old Man of Hoy, in order to get to it, you have to take 2 ferries from the northernmost point of Scotland. And the first of those ferries, you sail past this rock pinnacle, and I was absolutely terrified. Looking at this, thinking with my climbing partner, thinking, gosh, we've agreed to climb this. Gosh, I hope I'm not going to let him down. I hope the weather's okay, and I hope nothing goes wrong. I was pretty scared, but actually, once I was on the rock and climbing, everything just seemed to sort of slot into place. Okay, here's a picture of the Old Man of Hoy with Bertrand and myself on the top, and you can see the ferry which sails from Stromness to Scrabster in Scotland going past. And as the ferry went past, he saw us at the top, and he honked at us. And then when we later sailed back, in fact we went on the ferry and we met the captain. He invited us onto the bridge. So that was all very exciting. Yeah, a wonderful climb, unforgettable.
I'll tell you what does interest me, and that is the venues that we play in and perform in. Now, we perform a lot of the time in modern venues like the QEH. Okay,
yeah.
Now the QEH is a beautiful venue, and it's a lovely place to perform. From the audience point of view, very good, because sight lines are very well ordered and everyone can see all the time. but acoustically, they're actually quite thankless.
Yes.
Compared to somewhere like St Martin in the Fields.
Yeah.
Now, St Martin in the Fields was built around the time that these pieces were written, and the acoustic is perfect, of course.
Yeah.
Very warm, very gloomy. Sight lines may not be so perfect. Now, I have to admit that I enjoy playing at the church more than in the drier modern venues. I don't know how it feels from a singer's point of view, whether it's
the same actually. Yeah, I just adore that church. It's the most, I think, the most beautiful church inside since it was restored.
I'm just wondering whether you could put your finger on any particular thing that's different in the way you're singing when you sing Bach to perhaps if you were singing Mahler or romantic music.
I thought you were going to ask me whether whether I had a particular way of using my voice in a historical way, which of course would be an equivalent perhaps.
Well, I'm asking that, yes. I mean, is there something mechanical?
No, you're asking something different. You're asking...
how can you tell me what I'm asking? I know what I'm asking question. I may have explained it badly, but I mean...
No, you're asking me if I sing the repertoire in a different way.
Okay.
Whereas it's quite an interesting question, isn't it, to kind of speculate as to how people might have actually sung in the late 18th century.
Well,
because we can't really know.
We can't know, okay, but one thing about the instruments I can tell you is that it doesn't leave you much choice because there's only one way that makes them work.
Yeah.
So we can learn a lot just by playing on the old instruments. As far as the voice goes, there must be treatises, I presume, about it. But what I'm wondering is whether when you play with us, it makes you sing in a different way.
Absolutely, because one is always inspired by the instruments with which one is performing. And
the fellow singers, I suppose, as well.
Absolutely.
When I hear you the four singers that we have singing, you seem to me to be, I can't believe I'm using this cliche, but you're singing from the same hymn sheet stylistically.
Yes.
You seem to have, whether or not it's just your generation of early music singer. I know you're not exclusively early music singer, but you do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Whether there's a kind of culture grown up of quite educated baroque singing.
I think it's just, I guess so. I mean, I think one develops it over many years of singing the repertoire of what works, and the standard. I think the standard of performing has just gone steadily up.
Now, the way we do these pieces, the cantata concerts we're doing, and we're going to do another one in October, and then when we do the Christmas Oratorio, we perform them with single singers.
Yes.
And I think, obviously, for me, that's the way I want to do them. It's very much a chamber feel. What I love about it is that we get to interact with you as singers individually, and you have a huge influence on the performance, whereas if you were a whole band of singers, you wouldn't have that.
It's very different from doing it with a choir. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a bit like a string quartet, we can really bounce off each other.
It's chamber music, isn't it? But is it a lot more tiring?
No, I don't think it is actually, because I think often singing in choirs, when you can't really quite hear yourself, that's often, I think, more tiring actually. When you can really hear everything that's going on, you're much more in control, and it gives you more opportunity to kind of give of yourself.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to this Christmas Oratorio.
Yeah.
26th of November.
Yes.
And you'll be the evangelist, and I'll see you before then, I think. If not for a concert then, for a game of poker or a drink in the pub.
Absolutely.
Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, Martin.